Hello fellas, how are y'all doing today? I have had an issue with my channel for a long time. I don't like how my channel looks and neither I like my art style. Everyone on YouTube is so fancy, cool looking thumbnails and profile pictures, banners, everyone is so professional and I want to be better too, so it is time for some changes. First, I needed to make a list of what I wanted to change, so here's the plan. Number 1 is my OC design, because previously it looked like garbage. Number 2 is my art style design, the one that would be used only for artwork, not animations. Thirdly, we have my animation design, which would be used for animations, my profile picture, and my YouTube banner. Firstly, I got to my software update. I bought Procreate. Previously, I have been using speedpaint, but since this app became a total pay-to-win, I needed a better thing. For my animations, I have been using Flipaclip, however this app is unbearable to use because of the stream of ads. Procreate was certainly a good choice for drawing and animating in the future. I definitely need a new editing software, so I evolved from Canva to Microsoft Clipchamp, but Clipchamp has an issue of dying on me when I do like 20-minute long video. It struggles to load all of my assets and overall works really slow even with all of my other tabs closed. Kind of lame. And this time I'm using Microsoft Clipchamp final time because I'm moving to a different program. Anyways, once I was done with my tools upgrade and installation, I had to upgrade myself. I started my research about character art style and design. A video about character design from BAM Studios really helped me with the basics, so guys, I recommend you watch it too. I had begun with the artwork style first. After spending a heinous amount of time on paper sketches, I came up with this rough thing for artwork. Truth be told, I am far better with drawing animals than humans because I have spent majority of my time observing such creatures. The female design is gonna be bigger hands at the palms and thinner arms at the shoulder. I don't know what to do with the torso, so I left it low poly for simplification and later use. I was gonna use 5 fingers for my style, but besides the thumb, there will gonna be maybe same lengths, because why not? The head is a circle, very simple. The legs are longer than the torso because this is legit how I'm built, Slenderman. The male version is Sexton Hale. I'm joking, I've used Sexton Hale for reference. I then brought my paper sketches to digital in Procreate. I have given the legs more length and finally had made the normal, non-low poly outline for the chest area. So the chest issue has been resolved. I have made the hands much more gentle, like a bird wing, and the fingers are gonna be thin for the female version. With man design, I had a bigger issue because, I don't know, men are not easy. The sketch is just a sketch, so for the details I had to bribe my dad with some coffee so he could be my model for a while. Unlike female design, male has much thicker arms because he's strong. The torso is equal to the leg length and the stomach area is thicker. The entire time I'm using standard Procreate brushes, nothing special. For the animation style, I was gonna do it very silly Billy, very simple, low budget design. So I wouldn't spend hours for tiny details because tiny details and too many of them is not a good thing when you're doing an animation. Round head, rectangular body, noodle hands. For the cartoonish look, I went with 4 fingers and much bigger hands. The design is unisex, so no time spent on drawing gender dimorphism. For the majority of the time I spent on getting used to the style, I was just goofing around. And to my surprise, I actually like it a lot. I have made it much more emotionally expressive compared to the previous one. For the first time ever, I am not ashamed of my creation, and I might actually use the style from now on. Now it is time for my OC redesign. It is going to be a representation of myself, so I'm implementing my personal traits on the character. Firstly, I really want to get rid of the red lily I have had previously since the colors are too exaggerated and it fights the cyan hair dye. I am starting from scratch. I came up with a few traits that I would like to use, such as glasses to imply that I'm a little bit of a nerd here, tomboy clothing, and for hairstyle I'm going with the short hair and the tiny ponytail at the back. I don't know what's it called. For clothes, I will choose oversized t-shirt, and on top of that t-shirt is a bomber, cargo pants and trainers for the legs. As always, I'm beginning my redesign with planning. I split the canvas into 2 for style 1 and style 2. Style 1 is the artwork style and style 2 is for animations. Shortly after, a little bit of stickman sketch for proper body placing. For the artwork, I've chosen the most random pose I could think of, and for the cartoonish style, I went with a little story. I remember once, me and my dad were stealing some of the most delicious apples in my life from someone else's garden, so I just drew my OC as if you, dear viewer, captured this moment. For my OC, I used green and gray for clothing and the colors to tell a story. Steel or gray usually means that the person is smart, and green implies that they're connected to nature and or calm by nature. Not me though, I'm very hysterical. I myself really like animals, and one of my hobbies is bird watching. Additionally, adding shadows and lighting to my art really made it visually appealing. It will be honest to tell that I am not good at this, like in drawing or shading. So, dear viewer, could you please get me your advice on my improvement in the comments, please? Thank you. I will be needing this. And after I was done with the artwork design, I borrowed a plenty of colors from it for the cartoonish one. Since it is for the animations, there won't be much shading. I will simply use the outline colors for the light contrast. After that, I quickly made myself a profile picture. Nothing too serious or complicated. Some artists make their look professional, some prefer to goof around. I go for the second option since I'm a very unserious creature. Originally, I thought about what to draw here for a very long time. My ideas were to create a logo for my channel, like a snowflake because dark snow is the name, or maybe a spyglass because it usually implies analysis topics. However, my final idea is a silly Billy thing. I really like tea, generally, and my favorite is gonna be green jasmine tea with fresh mint. So I made my OC choke on it. Poor thing. Oh, and I also had made the picture in cartoonish style because of this unseriousness. So my profile picture would portray my unserious side of nature and represent a little bit of humor on this channel. Then it was time for the YouTube channel banner. Originally, I wanted to include my Discord server members as we played the game of Uno, but I scrapped this idea. It surely did portray my very little community of my precious people like you, dear viewer. However, it did not portray my skills or channel's ambition. So I focused on displaying my own interests. I drew a gaming console to imply that I really like gaming and creating gaming reviews. Bird encyclopedia for bird watching hobby and approach to nature. Lastly, tea kettle because tea is my addiction. Additionally, I have added a dragon next to the console. This is a reference to Flappy from Flappy Dragon game and a hint that I just really like dragons. I also added blossoming wisteria branch next to the name of my channel because Demon Slayer reference. Although I have seen blue and pink variations of the plant, I decided to make mine purple. Hope it doesn't look like grapes. I input some real algebraic and geometric formulas in the top right corner because I'm a total nerd. Lastly, I added some tiny details to make the banner feel less empty, such as tiny template for ball bouncing animation, a little bit of bird anatomy, and a graph with not stonks meme. The rest is just coloring, picking the right background colors, and adding snowfall. And just like that, I have finished everything on the list. To you, it was a short video, but trust me, it took me several hours to finish it all. Once again, let me know what you think, dear viewer. I'll gladly accept some piece of advice. In the future, I am very likely to do speed paints, maybe some animations. Gaming reviews and discussions are still going to be posted on this channel, as well as what I call discoveries. Basically, I'm a very curious being, and I'd like to share my new information with you. I'll discuss various topics from nature to machinery, and if you'd like to see them, please subscribe to stay tuned. Thank you for watching. I wish you to have a good day.